Hello, my dear children. Children, in the class of ray optics, today we are going to work out lens maker's formula. Children, this lens maker's formula is formula of power of focal length of any lens in term of the radius of curvatures of the curved surfaces of the lens and refractive index of the medium and surrounding of the lens. So lens maker formula is formula for power or focal length of the lens in term of radii of curvatures of the curved surfaces of the lens and refractive indices of the lens and its surrounding. So here we have made a lens. This is in general any lens, not biconvex lens. This is in general any lens. And when a ray of light passes through lens, it undergoes refraction twice. It is refracted twice. Once it is refracted over surface number 1 and then it undergoes refraction across the second surface. This is a thin lens. This is an arbitrary thin lens. This separation is taken as negligible. Well, if this is object O placed here, the rays would be incident over surface number 1. And after striking this surface, they would be refracted, and say after refraction they try to meet at this particular point I1. But will they be able to meet at this point? No. They would definitely be refracted here, they would move up to this point, but beyond this point there would be one more refraction. So beyond this point they would again be refracted. They would not travel like this. They are refracted again across the second surface and finally they meet at this point I. So a ray of light moving through a lens always undergoes refraction twice, one after another. And we already know, children, for second refraction, the object is always the image formed by previous refraction. So for second refraction which takes place across this second surface, this I dash, which is intermediate image, this is intermediate image. This intermediate image behaves as object. This intermediate image behaves as object for second refraction. So we are going to use the formula of refraction, which we have already studied in detail twice, once for first refraction and then for second refraction. And the formula of refraction is what? Refractive index mu2 upon image distance, that is refractive to second medium, mu2 upon v0 minus mu1 upon u0 is equal to mu2 minus mu1 upon r. So this v0, u0 are image distance and object distance, r is radius of curvature, mu1 and mu2 are refractive indices of medium number 1 and medium number 2. So for first refraction, what is object distance? For first refraction, object distance is going to be what? Yeah, this object distance is going to be u. What is image distance? Image distance is going to be what? Image distance v0 is going to be what? V dash. This is v dash. This is object, this is its image. Well, what is refractive index? Refractive index of first medium. Refractive index of first medium is what? Yeah, that is mu1. And what is that? That is equal to n1. This is refractive index of first medium. And this n2 is going to be refractive index of second medium. And this second medium refractive index, which is mu2, is going to be what? n2. And radius of curvature of surface number 1 is of course what? Of course r1. And if we substitute all these values in the formula of refraction, which we know, what do we get? We get mu2, that is n2 upon v0. v0 is what? V dash minus refractiveness of first medium mu1, that is n1 upon object distance u, that is equal to Yeah, n2 minus n1, that is mu2 minus mu1 upon r1. This is when we apply all these, when we substitute all these values in this formula of refraction across the curved surface. Now, for second diffraction, for second diffraction, you all know, for second diffraction, I1 behaves as object. Since I1 behaves as object, therefore its distance is going to be object distance. So what is object distance for second diffraction? Well, object distance for second diffraction is going to be what? Object distance for second diffraction is going to be what? Object distance for second diffraction is going to be V dash, as this is going to behave as object for second diffraction. So this is object distance. Remember, this separation is negligible. It can be ignored. So for second diffraction, this is object distance and this is final image. Therefore, its distance V is going to be image distance. So image distance for second diffraction is going to be V. Refractive index, very, very important. Refractive index of first medium. What is refractive index of first medium? Mu1. See, refractive index of first medium. This happens to be first medium. For second diffraction, this happens to be first medium. This is the medium of real incident rays. Real incident rays are incident over this second surface. So this is refractive index of first medium now. So this mu1 is going to be n2. And refractive index of second medium. Refractive second medium, mu2 is going to be, this medium, which is what? Which has refractive index n1. And radius of curvature of the curved surface, number 2 is what? R2. And if we substitute all these values, in the same formula of refraction which we have already written right in the beginning, well, what do we get? Mu2. What is mu2? Mu2 this time is what? N1 upon image distance. What is that? V minus, what is referred to first medium? It is N2 upon object distance. What is that? V dash is equal to mu2 minus mu1, that is N1 minus N2 upon R2. Now look at equation number 1 and equation number 2. Adding, let us add 2. If we add equation number 1 and 2, adding 1 and 2, if we add 1 and 2, we get N2 by V dash minus N1 by U is equal to, plus N1 upon V minus N2 upon V dash is equal to N2 minus N1 upon R1 plus N1 minus N2 upon R2. Now you can see this N2 by V dash and this is N2 by V dash, this is positive, this is negative, they cancel out. And what are we left with? We are left with what? N1. We can take N1 as common. What do we get? 1 upon V, and here we get what? Minus 1 upon U. What is right hand side? This is N2 minus N1, and if we take minus common from here, this is N2 minus N1, it remains as it is. And if we take minus common from here, from the second term, what do we get? It becomes N2 minus N1 times what? R2. So if we take minus common from the numerator, it becomes N2 minus N1, like this. Now from both the terms we can take what? N2 minus N1 as common. So what do we get? N1, 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equal to N2 minus N1, and in the bracket we get what? 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. We all know that 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is 1 upon focal length of the lens. We have already studied all these things in detail. So if we substitute this value, what do we get? We get N1 by F is equal to N2 minus N1 in bracket 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. And if we remove this, if we shift the side of n1, what do we get? 1 upon f is equal to n2 minus n1 upon n1 times 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. And what do we get this as? 1 upon f is equal to n2 upon n1. n1 upon n1 is 1. And 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. This is Lensmaker's formula. This Lensmaker's formula can also be written as 1 upon f is equal to, what is this n2? n2 is the refractive index of the material of the lens. So n lens. This is n lens, refractive index of the material of lens. So for n2, what is written here? Refractive index of the material of lens. What is n1? n1 is the surrounding of the lens. So n1 is the refractive index of the ambient or surrounding of the lens, minus 1. And then it is 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. This can also be written as 1 upon f is equal to refractive index of 2 with respect to 1 minus 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. And this can also be written as, see, if n1, if the surrounding of the lens is what? Air. If the surrounding of the lens is air, well, what is this? This is refractive index of lens with respect to air. That means it is absolute refractive index of the material of the lens. Therefore, this 1 upon f can also be written as n minus 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. So these are various forms of the same formula, which is called Lensmaker's formula. Remember, n2 is the refractive index of the material of the lens and n1 is the refractive index of the material of the surrounding. So this is very, very important formula. With the help of this formula, we can find out the focal length of every lens, the power of every lens. And of course, when we use this formula, we use sign convention to find out the sign of R1 and R2. So in the very next class, we'll apply this Lensmaker's formula to find out the focal length of almost every lens, and we'll work out some numericals too. For the time being, this is all from my side. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.